Hey,
Forgot to turn off the mics there first.
that's all right. You know, it's just one of those days.
I like it.
How's everybody doing for this dreary August 9th, Thursday, August 9th, 2018?
A little cloudy.
A little cloudy, but I think a much needed rain, as it's been profusely hot for the last, like, what it seems like forever.
Oh, dude, it's only what, 22 degrees, 23. A little sticky,
Still sticky.
but it ain't 38,
No.
so I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sweating by just standing.
No. Well, actually, I am.
Are you?
Yeah, I got a little back sweat
You
going.
got a little sweat going on.
Yeah.
All right.
Thankfully, I'm wearing an overcoat.
Nice.
So-
Well, that's why you're sweating, bro. Peel down. You got to peel down, baby.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Damn, you'll try to help you. I help
Hey,
you.
man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another edition of Talking Trends. We do appreciate your time. And if this is the first time for you tuning into the show, myself and Tony find interesting news articles from across the globe, and we bring them to the comforts of your home. Okay? And unlike a lot of podcasts, this is done live. So
Yep.
we're speaking to the people in the chat right now. We want to hear your comments, your opinions, and your thoughts on the stories that we're going to be covering on today's stories.
Please do.
And you may be wondering, hey, what are those stories?
I'm wondering what they are.
Okay. Well,
Even though we talked about it right before we came.
I know. Up first,
Yeah.
man, pledge allegiance to the flag. No longer in an Atlanta school.
What?
They're saying no more to it.
How did that work?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's not good.
We were talking about what were we talking about yesterday's show? Actually, no, I'm not even sure how I'm going to relate this to yesterday's show. But this is interesting, sad
Oh, to
story.
this story? I don't know. What were we talking about?
I
There was
can't-
something related.
Yeah, there was, but I
I
can't
don't
remember. Maybe funerals.
Oh yeah, maybe that. Yeah, that's
Anyways, in this sad story, a gentleman pretty much got fed up with his wife being sick. So not only did he kill his wife,
Yep.
but he killed himself.
Yep.
At the hospital.
Well, what better place to do it? Aside from the funeral home, which was the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up,
Yep.
we all love lemonade,
Who doesn't love lemonade,
right?
right?
Apparently, one kid does not, as he robbed one at gunpoint.
That must have been some crappy lemonade.
Or I don't know, I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Or organic.
Organic.
Oh,
only.
that's what tipped him off. He didn't like that. He wants that unnatural.
Well, no, I think he wanted the profits.
Oh, he just robbed it?
Yeah, he just robbed it for the money.
Oh, because the organic cost more. He made
Exactly.
more. That's a smart kid. I ain't going to hit him.
He knew which one to hit.
That's all right.
Yeah. And finally, wrapping up today's show, beer bellies. Apparently, men who have beer bellies live longer and apparently get more women.
See? How come nobody told us this?
I should be doing the exact opposite.
Forget about insanity and all these challenges we're doing. I'm getting a gut.
Tomorrow.
I can get it one day for sure.
I think I could probably get it by this weekend for sure.
I can get it in 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, by the end of the show.
Yeah, like I was just totally bloated.
And before we get today's show started, of course, we'd like to wish everybody a happy birthday out there who's celebrating life and more
Yeah.
life to you from myself and Tony. And, of course, we'd like to wish our celebrity friends
Yeah,
a happy birthday.
sure.
And today, celebrating a birthday, would be one Whitney Houston.
The Queen
Yes.
passed away in 2012, February, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And finally, it's a short birthday list,
Yeah.
but a good one.
Yeah.
Mr. Primetime himself, Deion Sanders.
Listen, the man turning 51, and I think you have a little,
Yeah.
a little throwback.
Yeah, I think a little throwback.
All right.
For those who don't know, Deion Sanders released a music video back
Oh
in
my
the day,
God.
and
Do it.
we're gonna play it for a second.
Yeah, do it up.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
I think
Wow.
that's enough of that.
Well, it must be the money,
Yes.
apparently, because that's the message we're trying to convey. It's all about positive messages,
Yes.
and it must be the money.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
It's a classic, and we were saying, what was it, that movie, Any Given Sunday? I think that's where
Yeah.
they definitely got the idea for Jamie Foxx's character.
Yeah. What was his name?
Willie Beeman.
Willie Beeman.
Yes.
Dude, there's no way. You compare those two videos.
It's pretty much the same thing.
They're pretty much the same video.
Yeah.
But that just shows what a goof it was.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, prime. That's why they call him prime time.
Hey, man.
You know, he goes all in.
Does he have 6 toes? Was that Dion?
Who told you that?
I think he.
Does he?
I don't know. Anyways, let's just get to the
6 toe. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
That's why he was so good.
Yes, exactly.
He
Right.
played baseball and football.
Yeah.
See?
That extra toe adds a lot of
Bo Jackson
momentum.
had the same thing. Yeah.
Did he have an extra toe too?
He had 8 toes.
Okay, fair enough. First off, we're going to start today's show on this interesting story coming from Atlanta. So apparently, they're not going to be pledging any allegiance at Atlanta school.
To the flag? No.
No.
Allegiance to what?
Okay, well,
Nothing.
Students in Atlanta school will no longer say the Pledge of Allegiance to start their school day. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports that Atlanta Neighborhood Charter School on Tuesday announced this change in a news release. Elementary campus president Laura Zeliski told parents it's become increasingly obvious during the past couple of years that more people who are choosing not to stand or recite the pledge in the first place.
Oh, boy.
So school officials say students will continue to be asked to stand and participate in the school's Wolfpack chant each morning.
I love it.
No idea what a Wolfpack chant is.
That's part of their mascot thing then, I guess.
I guess so. So also, teachers will work with students, these poor students, check it out, to create a new school pledge that will focus on civic responsibility to students, school family, community, country, and global society.
Okay.
Sounds boring as hell.
That really does not sound exciting.
No, not at all.
No.
I pray for those kids.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Isn't this treason?
It's. I did a little digging on this.
What did your research tell you about this?
Apparently,
Yeah.
the whole idea of pledging allegiance to the flag
Right.
was thought up by a flag salesman, Francis Bellamy, who saw an opportunity to put a flag in every classroom. So in 1888,
Yeah.
the company he worked for, which was called Youth Companion,
Okay.
it was a children's magazine / newspaper,
Yeah.
began a campaign to sell flags to public schools as a premium to solicit subscriptions. So the aim was to place a flag in every school in the nation. 4 years later, in 1892, they sold 20 flags to 26,000 schools. So technically,
I love this guy.
the meaning behind pledging allegiance to the flag is ultimately to sell stuff.
Entrepreneur.
This guy's an entrepreneur.
Back in the 1800s.
Back in the 1800s.
Love this guy.
So anyway, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure what I think about the thought of creating a new school pledge that will focus on civic responsibility. Again, I say, poor kids. That's going to suck for you guys for coming up with something pretty boring.
Right.
I said, instead of creating a new school pledge, how about you provide a great education, providing students information on how the government functions
Yeah.
and the importance of voting and all the avenues of how they could possibly get involved with the government and make their life better in the future.
Right. I'm trying to understand. Like, what's the point? What's their mindset behind not doing the pledge anymore? Like, what's the benefit of them?
I don't know.
It just doesn't make sense. Like,
just
is
said-
it along the lines of the whole NFL thing with
They
not?
just, I guess, they just notice their students not some students not standing. I guess.
Oh man, I don't know, man. That seems it starts because we all know, like, when it comes to school and some of the rules and all that stuff, it's not really. I mean, it's based around education, of course, but it's
Yeah.
also based around structure,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It's not brainwashing
No.
to a certain point, but at the same time, it's like, there's certain structure. There are rules
Yeah.
in life. There are rules,
Yeah.
right? If you have a job, there are rules.
Yeah.
You have to show up on time. You got to do your work. Da 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 da. Isn't this kind of letting them go? You know what? Yeah, you kind of do what you want. You don't want to stand for the allegiance? Just sit down. You listen. You starting off. What age grade is this? Is this elementary
It's
school?
elementary.
Okay,
Yeah.
you starting these kids off on a bad note here. You're giving them the freedom. Now listen, there's freedom of speech. I get all that stuff, and
Yeah.
even that's limited.
Yeah.
But you're in school. There are rules. You're learning rules. That's why you're given certain homework to be on a deadline, because they're preparing you for things in life.
But do you think pledging allegiance is a huge part of that? I mean, they're still doing the homework and everything else. Do you think that's such a big part every day? I mean, I think it's odd. I always thought it was odd doing the Lord's Prayer and stuff like that at the beginning of school, which they eventually phased out due to different religious beliefs.
And that I can understand, because that would not everyone is the same religion.
Yeah,
Everyone's an American,
I suppose.
right?
Yeah, I guess.
You're in the country. Well, I mean, they do still do the Canadian anthem,
Yes.
in schools here,
Yeah.
right?
Which
And
I only know the first half in English, and I only know the other half in French.
you know it though, but you
I
stand
guess,
and you
yeah.
respect it.
I respect
Because
it.
recently we were in your Spats Theater, Citadel High.
Yes.
I go there when I pick up supplies and we do our thing.
Yep.
And the anthem comes on when I'm there most of the time because I'm there in the morning.
Right.
And everybody stops.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, nobody moves, and they stand. That's part of the whole thing. So isn't this just the same thing with the American flag?
Maybe they're just not happy with the direction of the nation where the nation is going down in the States. Who knows?
What you can't, but you cannot implement your own political beliefs upon other children, and you can't do that.
I don't think the kids will mind.
The kids don't know any better.
Yeah.
The kids at this age don't know anything. It's like okay, I don't believe in the political beliefs, or I don't believe in these religious beliefs. So you're not going to do that. You're not going to practice religion in school. I'm going to do this prayer because I believe. You can't do that. You're teaching them a lot of bad lessons by doing this, man. It's a bad idea.
Whoa.
It's a bad idea.
I just think it's odd to recite like allegiances every day to the flags and stuff like that. How about we give some respect to like the veterans and stuff like that?
I think they should add maybe another pledge or something.
Or maybe
Yeah.
if they're gonna totally scrap this in general, I mean, again, educate these kids on how they can help. Maybe formulate some ideas on how they can help the people that defend their country. To give them this freedom of potentially not standing and pledging allegiance to the flag.
I would agree. Yeah, for sure. There's
Right.
places they need to focus on.
Yeah.
Where there can be, the veterans, you can improve a lot of things.
Yeah.
But guess what? In the U.S., I mean, in Canada too, but in the U.S., you still have to play within the lines. You're going to have to deal with the government and America your whole life. You can't just tell them, listen, you can sit down because, what's happening in the country, it's kind of messed up, so just don't stand up. It's like, guess what? At some point, you're going to have to face it. So all you're doing is just, I don't know, maybe I'm reading too far into it, but I just,
Ladies and gentlemen, those in relationships and those who are married, I was thinking today, do you recite your marriage vows every morning to your spouse?
Do you remember
You know what I mean, though?
Do you remember your spouse's name?
Yeah. I was thinking, I was trying to compare the two today. I was just like, pledging allegiance. I mean, and I guess you're pledging allegiance to a loved one, but yeah, do you say do you say your vows every day to a loved one? I don't know. It's hard
You tell your loved one you love them every day.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not a big song and dance. It's just I love you. Have a good day. Not I promise to. Yeah, the whole like a good minute of.
I guess. I don't know, man.
I don't know. It might be hard to compare the two. I just was simply my brain just works in a weird way.
It's a good similarity.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think it's a bad idea. Because I like the point of adding, like, okay, let's do a new pledge, but not to replace the old one. Just make a new one that they can because that will get the students understanding about, listen, we can create things. We don't have to follow what's already in place and follow it. We can also create, which is great because you're making changes. That's awesome because we should teach these kids to make changes for the better. So cool. Make a new pledge. What you'd like to see.
I want pizza.
Yeah, I pledge allegiance to pizza.
Yeah.
I do that every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm getting that beer gut.
There we go.
But anyway.
Okay, we're done with this subject.
Sorry.
We've ranted far too long.
We've beat this flag to death.
Goddamn. Up next, we're going to go into a very depressing story, I think, where a man has unfortunately taken his wife's life and his own because he was fed up with, I guess, the health of his wife.
Yeah, it's a little sad situation. I mean, we see stories like this where someone's, their health is depleting. Can you pull the plug, so to say? You know what I mean? Are they better off, in the afterlife, if there is one?
Yeah.
A man who said he wanted to end his ailing wife's suffering shot her to death. This is kind of a brutal way to do it, actually.
Yeah, God damn it.
It's not like yank the plug. It's like it's a whole different situation.
Wow.
Shot his wife, a wife was suffering, shot her to death in her bed in a suburban New York hospital Wednesday, and then killed himself. Richard DeLucia, 71 years old, left a note at the couple's condo indicating that he was distraught about how his wife, Anne, 70 years old, was suffering and wanted to put a stop to her ordeal, Westchester police said. Then the husband went to his wife's room in Westchester's medical center with a licensed .38 caliber revolver, fired a single shot that killed his wife, and then took his own life with another shot, police said. No one else was in the room at the time. Ann DeLucia, whose medical conditions wasn't immediately revealed, was found in her bed, and her husband was found on the floor of her fourth floor room in the hospital, of course, about 35 miles outside of Manhattan. Richard had once owned a well-known catering hall, very successful, and she sold the venue, of course, 15 years ago. People said he was a nice guy. He was a really good person, is what they said. Everybody is shocked. Was a quote from one of the people that knew them.
Well, I hope the people are shocked. It'd be just a weird kind of non-reaction.
Yeah,
They're like, oh,
we've seen it coming.
Yeah, we've seen it coming. Anyways.
So yeah, they didn't know. They're not revealing what her condition was, but of course she's very old, at 70 years old, and he obviously was concerned because she was suffering every single day. He was there, seeing that every single day. So it brings up a question, of course. You know. Is it right to take someone's life that you love, that if you know they're suffering?
And it's weird. I don't know, again, if you have the information, did she want an early death?
You know, it doesn't say, and the note that he left didn't say.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's hard to say right now. But you know, it's I'm assuming that probably yes, they probably spoke about it. I'm assuming.
I mean, a lot of these situations, a lot of people tend to forget about. I mean, yes, it's unfortunate for the person who is actually going through whatever they're going through whenever they're affected by disease or what have you. And a lot of time, people don't think of the people around that person, how much it affects them, how much it is an energy drain ultimately. I mean, depending on the severity of whatever this person has, I mean, it takes a lot out of everybody around them, and not just the person who's, of course, affected. It affects a whole scope of people.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And what's unfortunate, too, also, when it comes to this whole this suicide thing, this medicated suicide. I mean, there's so many. I mean, a lot of people are for it. I mean, I'm for it. I would like to say, but I mean, you have to be in the right mental capacity to sign off on these papers, and you're constantly rechecked up. It's still quite an interesting slope in order for a person to actually go through with that sort of procedure. But I mean, I think I would ultimately like to have control over, when I ultimately go, if I'm not having the best quality of life ultimately.
Yeah, without doubt, man. I don't know. And to reach that certain age, you lived a good life.
Yeah, 70. That's
you
good.
know, and if you're suffering more than enjoying your life, then I would tend to agree with what you're saying. Jeanette says not justifying, but maybe the medical bills, and that's on top of the thing we're piling up. She says,
and it's in the States,
in the U.S., she's there every single day. That's no joke. And if they don't have insurance, it sounds like they were, they had their own business, so that's just eating away into what they have for whatever savings they had. But it's no joke down there. It's serious money.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of those things. I just was talking to a friend of mine who has a pet dog that's been around 8 years and now is suffering every single day.
Yeah.
And he can't even come to putting her down.
Right.
It's that hard. You know. So you can imagine with a human, how hard it is. But if they were both on the same page, maybe that's the move.
Hey, man, it happens out there. I mean, there's stories of people, taking their own lives because they want to, and there's stories of like people in their 20s doing this same situation, not as violent, of course, as shooting themselves, but I mean, over in Europe where it is more regulated. Yeah,
no doubt, man. It's I don't know. It's one of those things, man. It's every case is different.
Yes, everybody is individual cases, and they all have to be judged differently.
Yeah. Ultimately, I do believe that, everyone has a right to choose where their life goes. Yeah. If it's coming to an end and they're suffering and they would like to go, then I think they have the right to choose that situation, right?
I agree. And speaking of choosing, we're glad that you guys have taken the time to choose us. I've taken the time to hang out with your boys.
What up? Thank you guys for joining us. Who do we have in the house?
I don't know, Tony.
We have a lot of people. We have Kathy. We have Jeanette. We have Holly's in the house. We also have, my traveling buddy, Brandon Blades. I don't know where you are, but you're somewhere.
Shouts out.
And we appreciate that. Thank you guys for joining us today. I'm sorry, I lost a couple names here. I had to reboot the thing. But anyway, everybody out there, thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Shouts out to Brandon. I saw an interesting Facebook post you posted up earlier today. Hope all is well with the family. Sending my love out to you, my dude. So anyway, up next, you can't put people's information on blast like that.
No,
but sending my love to you, my man, and hope all is well in the family.
Yes, sir.
Up next, lemonade, delicious lemonade.
So good.
So good. You might rob a lemonade stand. Well, I wouldn't, but in this case, a teen was arrested for robbing a 9-year-old's lemonade stand at gunpoint.
Listen, it's got to happen sometime.
It has to happen. So a teen was arrested Wednesday for an armed robbery of a 9-year-old boy's lemonade stand in Union County. According to the Union County Sheriff's Office, the teen was identified through security camera footage at a location nearby the initial robbery. Kid, get out of there. Don't hang around. Just keep going home.
Yeah, just go.
Right. The teen's identity will not be released due to him being a juvenile.
Of course.
Deputies said the robbery happened around 3 p.m. on Saturday. There was a report of an armed robbery involving a 9-year-old boy selling lemonade, organic lemonade. The boy
good
was
stuff.
Right. Exactly. This kid didn't skimp.
No.
The boy was approached by a teenage black male wearing a camo hat and a black shirt. Officials say the teen struck a black handgun on the boy's stomach, demanded money, and fled the scene on foot. Authorities located a trail in the woods where a camel hat and a colored BB handgun and stolen metal tin were recovered. The teen left a bicycle and walked to the lemonade stand before the robbery. Police say the thief, of course, made off with $17.
Big money, baby.
I know, right? Big times. And thankfully, the 9-year-old was not hurt.
Nice.
In fact, the 9-year-old boy was back to selling the organic lemonade the next day.
Yeah, that kid doesn't care.
Exactly.
He's back at it.
Yep. So the teen is being charged with robbery and a dangerous weapon as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. Damn. In addition, a secure custody order was issued, meaning that he will be confined until his next custody hearing in juvenile court.
What was he, 17 years old?
17. What will make a kid do this? Why want to?
He was 17 and he stole $17.
Ooh, yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was.
No coincidence.
Wow.
He was scoping this kid out. He's selling organic, because you know that's some expensive lemonade.
Yeah, he's just
How
like,
much was lemonade going for?
Probably $17 a glass.
Dude, so one glass, and then you robbed the kid. Like, you got to wait till you got to get him at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the beginning of the day.
You messed up. Yeah, because he hit him at, 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah, 3 p.m. You got to wait till, at least supper
till that
time,
supper
bro.
time, yeah. And then you get that cake, buddy.
Yeah.
And then you get caught on top of it. Dude, you got to plan your stuff out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should have had someone waiting in the big wheel for the getaway car.
Exactly. Or
It could have been done better.
Yeah, you did it all wrong.
Yeah. What, do you have a BB gun on him?
Yeah, BB gun.
Oh, come on, man. Kids out there trying to, have fun, entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
And then some other dumb kid comes along and well, you know what? We got to have robbers in this world, and we got to have entrepreneurs in this world.
Yeah. I guess businesses do need to be robbed every now and then.
Hey, listen, maybe he didn't agree to the shakedown. Like, listen, I'll offer you some protection.
Yes, it's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, ain't nobody gonna mess with your stand. You kick me back, 25% every single day, every single week. Everything will be taken care of. Yeah. Kid refused. He's and he said, listen, I'm not folding to your demands. Your demands here. Yeah. Ain't gonna happen. So. These things will happen.
Yeah. Again, we're not condoning any of
absolutely
this. We're of course we're poking fun and making. Everybody came out alive in this situation. The boy who was 9-year-old boy was survived, and of course he was selling lemonade the next day like a true businessman.
Listen,
he wasn't thwarted by any actions of the day previous.
Nobody was hurt.
Nobody was hurt.
Yep. And I guarantee you, this kid's making more money the second day.
Oh, for sure.
He's cashing in on this story.
I would hope so.
Right?
I would hope so.
Dude, people are coming by there. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, man.
Listen.
I don't know what to think about this story.
I wish we would have known about this story.
Me too.
But
beer bellies.
Well,
God love them.
Yeah. We don't all have them as big as some other people, but
God bless the beer belly.
Apparently, men with beer bellies get more women.
Okay.
And they live longer. Whatever we're doing on a fitness level, big mistake. Because obviously we're doing it all wrong.
I guess.
With it being the height of the summer, it's no wonder why so many people are spending so much time at the beach. For some, this presents a chance to regret the copious amounts of beer they drank during the winter time. But it turns out women prefer men with more stomach as opposed to those who are more defined or muscly.
We had this conversation with a friend of ours.
We did.
Who was definitely into the dad bod.
Yeah, totally the dad bod type.
Okay.
But everyone has their own preference, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, researchers at Yale University, so this is a reputable university,
I'd say,
has proven that in a new study, according to the newspaper here that they talk about, the man's attractiveness can also be enhanced if he's a bit older and has children.
Oh man, what?
Everything's going against you here, buddy. As per the study, the research has nothing to
You
do.
just checked 2 of those boxes off.
Apparently, this has nothing to do with an underlying daddy complex.
Okay,
Apparently.
here we go.
So here's what women want. The findings suggest that men already having children indicates to women that they are fertile,
Okay.
which increases their natural appeal. In addition, other studies have shown that the men with decreasing testosterone levels are less likely to suffer from a heart attack and prostate cancer. The very same study appears to point the fact that more body fat means a man will focus more on his family. I don't know what correlation that has to do with anything else. That's because they're going to be less active. They're going to be home.
I guess.
As a direct result of this combination, the chances of him finding another woman subsequently leaving it lowered. So apparently, people, congratulations to all those people with beer bellies. It would appear that you are what women really want.
Big up.
So yeah, but yours is going to disappear because you're doing 25 challenges. Ladies that are watching, and we know there's a few of you out there, what do you prefer? The dad bod, the beer belly, or the defined and more muscly? I will not take offense. TK will not take offense. We're all good. What is your preference, people? We see that it's mainly ladies on here, of course. But
yeah, I would like to know. I need to know what I should be doing in the course of the next couple weeks.
What's the move? Do we drink more beer? Do we go to the gym more?
I eat more. Eat just.
And just eat everything.
Eat everything.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the deal here? We had a conversation with somebody recently, and this thing they call it now the dad bod. There's actually a term for it.
Yes.
So the question is that the new sexy? Is that the sexy back? Is that what Justin Timberlake was talking about?
What I was doing. I thought what I was doing was was trying to prolong my life. But now you're telling me that the dad bod is even better.
Probably because and that part I don't get because I mean from a healthy standpoint, you know what I mean?
I was told everything that is saying everything I've read in textbooks has just been
all wrong.
It's been all wrong. So I should just throw everything that I know out the window.
Not good. Julie says older is always better. I don't know about the beer belly part.
I'm just trying to picture the when it comes down to the love making.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's a whole other ballgame. That I don't.
That's a whole other different podcast.
I can't even talk about. That's a whole other podcast. But
yeah,
you're right. I mean, I don't get it. But I mean, listen, women are attracted to all different types.
Yes.
Beer belly, muscly, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You know, nerd. Jock, whatever. Yeah. It all works, I guess. But listen, research shows. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to do a poll.
Gonna have to order a pizza this weekend.
One for each of us,
yes,
buddy. Yeah. So keep the beer guts flowing, people.
Yeah.
But from a healthy standpoint, I don't see how it could be any healthier. But anyway, be healthy. You know what I mean? Just be happy with your body.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the key.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Sarah says, I'm not mad at the dad bod.
Hey, I'm not mad at anything. I'm just trying to figure it out for a standpoint, for me personally.
Yeah. Well, what's your goal for your body? What are you trying to do? Healthy.
Stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not trying to go in any kind of bodybuilding competitions.
No.
I just want to feel good, most importantly.
Yeah.
And look good for me. I'm not doing it for anybody else.
No.
I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
I want to think about myself when I go to bed.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I want to have dreams.
Whoa.
I want to have dreams about me.
There we go.
Is that weird?
You're looking damn fine.
Yeah, goddamn. I want to make
face to face with yourself.
Yeah.
Damn, you looking good.
Yeah, this is a weird dream.
One beer gut version and then one non-beer gut version. The showdown.
Exactly. And then whoever wins, of course, it will transpose into an actual physical body.
Right. Well, whatever you are out there, people, love who you are.
Love who you are, ultimately.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Right? And ladies, love them all.
Yeah.
It's all good. I think we're almost done.
We are done.
All right, we're finished.
That was it.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Anyways, we really do appreciate your time, ladies and gentlemen, tuning into the show. Yeah. We do appreciate whenever you can join us. It means a lot to us. And if you can take a moment out of your day and like our Talking Trends Facebook page, YouTube channel, it would mean the world to us.
Yeah, a little like, a little share.
Yeah.
Show the love. Spread the love.
Spread the love.
And we'll be spreading more love tomorrow.
Yes.
As we'll be back again for 5 o'clock.
Friday.
A sexy Friday edition.
Your favorite day.
It is my favorite day. It's not my cheat day, but maybe tomorrow pizza's calling my name.
Hey.
So we'll be back tomorrow. We hope all of y'all come back and bring a friend with you.
Yeah.
Add a friend. And let's do it all again at 5 o'clock tomorrow. We will see y'all there. Thank you very much.
We out.
Peace.
Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking Trends. If you like the show, please subscribe below.